Hi, JD here, and a Facebook Live rant at around about 6 o'clock on Thursday night, getting towards the end of the week. Look, the reason that I've titled this one Do Facebook Lives, or How to Do Facebook Lives, is that it's been an incredible epiphany for us. Over this last few months, I've decided to go pretty serious with Facebook Live as a marketing tool. And there's not a lot of people using it as a marketing tool. There's a whole bunch of people using Facebook Live to walk along the beach in the morning and tell you how you should enjoy yourself and dream it and you can do it and all those motivational things. And that's great, there's nothing wrong with that, that's fine. But there doesn't seem to be a lot of business people using Facebook Live. They're using Facebook ads and paying the price, unfortunately, for not knowing how to use them. But a lot of people are using Facebook Lives. And the whole idea of this particular post is to show you how to use them. And the reason I say that is because we have done a hashtag T load of these Facebook Lives over the last 3 months. It's been quite an experiment. And I'm not saying I've cracked the code, but I have to say that we've worked out what works and what doesn't. And ironically, what I'm doing right now, but I have no choice but to do it from my office, what I'm doing right now doesn't rate as much on Facebook Live in terms of views as the Facebook Live broadcast would if I was out on the street. And what I've found is that because of the Kardashians and probably Ozzy Osbourne and all those other fly-on-the-wall TV shows, the engagement level of Facebook Live videos is much higher, I should say, if you're out in the public, if you're out in the street. So if I happen to be in front of a building and I'm bagging out the fact that they've got cobwebs and the restaurant hasn't got good service, or if I happen to be standing outside McDonald's and I say, guess what, they've got nearly 2 million people walking through their restaurants today and they're not collecting data, how silly is that? That'll get more views and more traction than if I'm sitting behind a desk like this. Why? Because it looks like it's a fly-on-the-wall expose, if you like. So if you're going to be doing Facebook Lives, a number of things. Number one, first of all, do it. It's insanely profitable if you do it, okay? If you do it properly. Let me tell you how to do it properly. Number one, make sure you've got good content. And I'd like to think that most of the time we've got good content. In other words, showing businesses how to attract more leads, which is what we do, more clients. Number two, get engagement. And that means they watch you longer, or they share it, or they basically put an emoji or a like button. And if you're watching this right now, do me a favor so that at least, you know, I'm showing you some love. You can show me some love by pressing the like button. Give me a like. Nothing's happening. Good. Okay, well, that was very successful. That was very successful. Don't you hate that when you're doing these things and you ask for a like and nobody likes you? That says it all, doesn't it? And the third thing, so number one, content. Number two, get engagement if you possibly can, which means they might be watching your video for a good amount of time, or they might be pressing the like button or the share button. And number three is pitch. And you might think that's a cardinal sin. Oh, JD, social media, you'd say cardinal sin to pitch. No, it's not. As long as it's done in context with good content, okay, and good engagement. And the pitch I'm going to give on this particular one is a freebie that I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you the opportunity to give me your details for a free new book that I'm releasing in a couple of weeks' time. It's called the Avalanche Leads Formula. So stick with me if you want that free book. I'll show you how to get it. In fact, do it right now. Just type in the comments below, yes, I want the free book, JD, thanks. Or thanks, JD, yes, I'll take the free book. Okay, it's an Avalanche Leads book. It's an A5 book. It's an easy read, and you'll be able to get the download version directly online in the next week or two. And if you type, yes, I'd love the free book below, then we'll private message you and make sure you get the copy of that. But Facebook Live, let me tell you what it's done for us. And I know this sounds like I'm showing off. I'm almost coming across as an American when I say this, and I don't want to. But in just the last few months, since doing the Facebook Lives, and I do 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 a day, just depending upon how much time I've got that day, we've brought in over $250,000 in coaching sales. So we sell coaching programs. In other words, I provide people with advice on how to get new business. And we have various programs at various prices, but we've been able to track back the work that we've got directly from these Facebook Lives, which cost zero. Facebook Live costs zero. And we've pulled in over $250,000 over around about a 10-week period. I said 3 months. I think it might be more like 10 or 11 weeks we've been doing this. And we've been experimenting with different sort of the Facebook Lives throughout that time, and we've been able to track back the direct sales from Facebook Live broadcasts as being over $250,000 in that 10 or 11 weeks, which is just extraordinary. Hasn't cost me a cent. I haven't had to book any Facebook ads. I'm not saying we don't still do that, by the way, but we haven't had to, this is not money from seminars or money from podcasts or money from Facebook ads or anything else that we're doing. This is direct from Facebook Live. So it is insane if you get it right. Now, what I thought I'd do is show you one of my clients and what they've been doing. And I'll turn the camera around because I'm going to show you the screenshot. This was a text message I got yesterday from one of our clients. And he's a great client. His name is Darren, and he owns a business in Sydney that provides collectibles for men. It's called Guy Stuff. And this was a text message he sent me yesterday. You'll see he says, hi again, did a Facebook. He's only done 3 or 4 of these, by the way. I've been encouraging him to do them. This will show you that this Facebook Live thing can work for any industry. Hi again, did a Facebook Live video a few hours ago about a new model car that he's got in. Okay, the business is called Guy Stuff. Okay, it's out at Windsor. We've already had 3 sales worth $720. The Facebook Live cost nothing and took 5 minutes to record and post. So there you go. That's what's happening if you get it right. Now, I had a couple of clients on the phone today. One was a solar energy company. And I said, look, imagine you just taking your iPhone with you and visiting former clients who have saved $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 on their electricity bills because they've got the solar panels on their roof. And their jaws dropped and said, of course we can do that. I said, yeah, good, okay. So you walk up to their front door. Obviously, you probably tee it up with them beforehand, but then you get them to tell their story about how they're saving electricity. It's that simple. You put that out on Facebook, and even if only 5 or 6% of your audience that are following you get to see it, then you have a look at the traction you're getting from that, because you can read Facebook analytics. Okay, they'll provide you with Facebook Live analytics to tell you who watched and how long they watched and all the other stuff that goes with it. And then you can remarket to people who may have watched 20 or 30% of your video, because that's what we do. Okay, it's very, very clever, this thing. It's laser targeted, all right? And I had another client on the phone today who was into helping people with DIY, do-it-yourself termite protection. So you buy from them a particular package, and it helps you eliminate termites if you've got them in your home. I said the same thing to him. He could actually go out to people who have purchased this from him, and they've done the DIY termite protection, or eradication I should say, and they haven't had to use a big pest control company, and they can run through the story interview style, absolutely free. And when you find out that it's working, then you can just boost it to $50 or $100. I did one last week, and at the time I think we ended up getting within 24 hours 150 or 200 views, which means that it was a reasonably good traction. We put $50 or $75 behind that in a couple of cities, and it went to 4,000 views within the next 48 hours. Guess what? I get 3 inquiries out of that for my coaching program, my private coaching program, which is a few $1,000s a month for me to help businesses, you know, get new clients. So we're talking real money, okay? Now that was only in the last couple of days, so we haven't closed those ones yet, but if they come off, that was certainly worth the $50 or $75 post. By the way, before I go, so Facebook Live, if you want to know how to do this Facebook Live stuff, I'm not saying that we have all the answers, but we've certainly experimented over the last few months, and we think we've got a code. We think we've got a formula here that actually I can give to anyone. And if you want to get that formula for free, you might like my book, and I'm just going to bring it up on the screen here. Okay, let me just turn the camera around. It is called the Avalanche Leads Formula book, and it's coming out in around about a week to 2 weeks' time. And if you want that for free, then simply just type in the comments below. Yeah, JD would love the free book, okay? It's the Avalanche Leads Formula, and within that Avalanche Leads Formula, I will have in there a complete chapter on social media, particularly covering Facebook Live. So if you want to know how to use Facebook Live, no matter what product or service, I'm in the information game. So it suits me down to the ground, because what I sell is what you're listening to at the moment. But it doesn't matter. As I told you, those 2 case studies, one was for a termite protection company, the other one was for a solar company. You can use this. It's your own Tonight Show. It's your own current affair. And if you want to know how to use it for free, then simply type below, JD, I would love the Avalanche Leads book. Please, please give it to me, and I'll PM you, okay? If you want to talk to us about private coaching and how we can help your business, then just send me an email at info@theinstituteofwow.com, info@theinstituteofwow.com. That's what the book looks like, and it's the Avalanche Leads Formula, and it's how to attract a stampede of leads. Now, there's a few superlatives in there. You wouldn't expect anything else from an advertising guy. Attract a stampede and avalanche and all that sort of stuff. It's free, okay? So I'll give you a money-back guarantee that if you don't like the book when we give you the download, all right? All the best, and have a good Thursday evening. This finger's about to say goodbye.